Today we are talking about the impact of digital marketing on your small business. Newsflash, it's not optional anymore. You absolutely have to be able to acquire clients online, and today we're going to talk all about how you can do that. I'm Amy Walker, Client Acquisition Specialist, and my job is to help you find the simplest, most efficient ways to consistently find your dream clients. Today we're talking about digital marketing. Digital marketing is intimidating, and I just want to be fully transparent with this. The reason why I say intimidating is because there's so many different ways that you can do it. And when people say digital marketing, you don't really know exactly what they're talking about. Are they talking about SEO? Are they talking about SEM? Are they talking about pay-per-click ads? Google ads, what are they talking about? There's so much that falls under digital marketing. I think we all know that we need to be doing it, but we don't all necessarily know it's the right strategy and the right tools to use at the right phase for our business. So today we're going to cover three things in this video. The first is why it's required in 2020 that you have to be able to do digital marketing because a lot of stuff is closed down. So it really is a necessity for your business. It's not just oh, that would be cool to do digital marketing. You need it. We're going to talk about why. Then I'm going to go through what are the different opportunities that are included under the umbrella of digital marketing and which ones might be right for your business. And then the third thing that I'm going to do is I am going to save you from getting swindled by people telling you, I'm going to do your digital marketing. It only costs $3,000 a month, and then you don't get any return on your investment. I'm going to talk about when to hire, who to hire, what red flags to look for when you're hiring out and outsourcing your digital marketing. So it's going to be a juicy one today. If you are new to the channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content, which is 3 times a week. All right, let's talk about why we have to be willing to jump into digital marketing, because everything else has stopped, like events, sponsorship, community engagement, even billboards. People aren't really driving like they were before. Like so many of the things that we were doing, networking meetings, they're all stopped, and we don't know when they're going to be opening back up. And I think a lot of business owners really looked at this first phase of quarantine and shutdown as like, I just got to make it through. And I've been preaching against this for a while, and now it's coming back, and those who were getting prepared are happy, and those who weren't are feeling a little nervous. So we have to be able to acquire our clients online. I don't know that that will be the case for forever, but it is 100% the case right now. You have to be able to acquire your clients online. So knowing that, let's talk about the different digital marketing options. I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how they work, and maybe some pros and cons on where they're right for your business and maybe where they're not. Now, this is not an all-inclusive list. I'm sure with how accessible and open digital marketing is, I'm sure there's other things that you could do that would fall under the umbrella, but these are kind of the big ones that people talk about and that also you get pitched these services. So the first one we're going to talk about is SEO, or search engine optimization. This is paying somebody or doing it yourself to get your website, your landing page, your blog content on the first page of Google. This is an expensive strategy, and it's a long-term strategy. It involves going into your website and into all of your content and putting in the right keywords, researching what keywords people are searching for, and trying to basically win in Google search and build the strength of your website. Google has some pretty complex algorithms. They look at things like how long people are staying on your page. They look at how many different pages they click to. And so they're really wanting to make sure that you have a quality website and people are having a quality experience while they go onto your site. So SEO changes a lot. That's the number one reason why I think people don't really take this on themselves, because the rules of SEO are constantly changing. What worked 5 years ago doesn't work today. And I would imagine what's going to work in 2 years is going to be a little different than what's working today. So you do kind of need somebody who's going to be up on their game. Here's where it may not be right for you. It is a long-term plan. So you might invest for a solid year into your SEO before your website hits the front page of Google, which means that you're investing in and you're not getting people who are actually coming to your site or seeing it. You're not really getting the benefits of it for a year until, maybe a year down the road. The other thing that I would say is if you don't have a strong strategy to capture a lead and convert a lead through your website, then it's not going to work for you at all because it doesn't matter if you're on the front page if you're just getting traffic but there's no strong call to action, there's nothing that's helping you to be able to get their info and follow back up again. It's going to be tough for you to really convert those sales and make it work for you. There are some industries where I highly recommend this. Service-based industries are really good because if you're the #1 orthodontist in your area, or you're the #1 divorce attorney, or you're the #1 plumber, that means your phone is going to ring a whole lot more. But if you're the #1 business consultant in your local area, it's not really going to matter. Now, if you're the #1 business consultant in America, sure. But I promise you that's going to be real hard to hit on SEO. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention to the long-term strategy. Are you willing to be patient? I also think you need to really look at, are you a local business who can win fairly quickly in your local area, and are you trying to acquire local clients? If so, SEO might be a really great strategy for you. Okay, the second strategy is search engine marketing. So this is called SEM. SEM is definitely related to SEO. It's a little bit of a broader term, and this is where I do think once you broaden it up, it makes a little bit more sense for small business owners, because you can go into tools like SEMrush, which I've mentioned on my channel before. It's one of my favorite tools, and you can find questions that people are asking in your industry that are not getting a ton of competition, they're not getting a ton of volume, but they would drive traffic to what you're doing. This is going to be a better strategy if you're not a local business. So it's almost a little bit opposite. Like SEO, if you are a local service provider, it could be great for you. But if you're, you're trying to write a blog post and try to hit the front page of Google, well, guess what? A lot of people going to that blog post are not going to be inside of your local area. They're going to be nationwide. So this is a little bit better of a strategy if you are doing a nationwide marketing approach. It's also a really great foundation for if you're doing YouTube, to kind of lay this underneath your YouTube channel. In fact, I wouldn't say it's a great strategy. I would say it's a required strategy. Can we just make that clear? If you're not going to do the keyword research, good luck on YouTube. The third one we're going to look at is content marketing. So this is creating a social media calendar where you're creating the content that you're going to be promoting, and you're educating, you're sharing, you're inspiring. When I look at a great content strategy, I like to step away from individual posts and look at it as kind of a campaign that you're running, where you're running multiple posts placed together strategically in order to get people to take an action. And in your content, you really do need to have calls to action. If you don't have calls to action, then you might have a ton of likes, but it doesn't mean anyone's taking you up on your offer. So when I look at the 3 types of content that I want to create, I want to be creating educational content, I want to be creating character content, and I also want to be sharing client success. So the 3 C's, so educational content, character content, and client wins. Those 3 things, when I'm sharing those consistently, I can get new inquiries, I can get new leads, I can get people opting into our things, because they're consistently seeing the right type of messaging in order to want to work with us. One of the big things people make a mistake on is their content. They focus on it being really beautiful or really funny or really engaging, but there's no call to action and there's no strategy to drive them towards making a decision. So when we talk about content marketing, I'm not just talking about taking a bunch of cool selfies and posting them up. I'm talking about really having a good strategy to bring people into your business. Influencer marketing is next. So influencers are people who have a following online. It could be an email list, it could be a customer base, it could be they have an Instagram following, they have a YouTube channel and people are subscribing to them. They just have a lot of friends on Facebook. A lot of people are connected with them on LinkedIn, but they are an influencer. Now, the mega influencers like the celebrities, you have to pay them a lot of money to get them to promote your brand. But if you'll focus in on micro influencers, which are people who are going to have anywhere between, like, I would say 1,000 to 5,000 followers, maybe even up to 15,000 followers, that group of people, you can find some great affiliate partners in there, or you can pay them to promote to their audience, and their audience is loyal to them, they're engaged with them. Sometimes you can offer them free products and services in exchange for them promoting for you, and that's a great way. There are especially in the millennial and younger generations, they like to buy from people that they know, like, and trust, and a lot of who they trust are influencers that they follow online that do an amazing job at establishing a community. So check out influencer marketing. I think this is great for most businesses. Again, if you're a local business, you need a local influencer. So just keep that in mind. If you are a local chiropractor, you need to find an influencer in your area that will be coming to you and saying, this is my chiropractor, because finding, you know, even the coolest celebrity in a different place isn't really necessarily going to translate into business for you. The next is campaign marketing, also known as funnels. This is where you are taking person from one offer, which is a free thing, and then you're moving them into a bump, which is a higher offer, like something that they can add on, and then you're moving them into something higher, and ultimately you're trying to just stair step the product line until you can get them where you really want them to be. This is a great strategy, and you're seeing a lot of people being extremely successful with this. What I do want everyone to understand is that to really grow this big, you have to have a lot of volume moving through it. And so this is a model that if you start out and you don't really have a following, you have to scale it. It's going to start small. It's going to grow small because you don't have $100,000 in ads to drop in each week, which is what the big marketers do. I mean, they are spending millions of dollars in ads every single month. And so you're not going to be able to compete with that. So if you're okay with it starting small, and then you're going to be like reinvesting and adding, and as you prove it, you add more and more ad budget in, then it could be a really great strategy for you. I think what happens most often is people think this is going to be the get rich fast and easy model, and I don't personally experience it following into either of those. It takes a lot of time and energy to build a good funnel, and to really copyright and structure the campaign so it converts. There's a lot of tweaking that you have to do, a lot of strategy that goes into it, and a lot of patience, because it might take a while before you're really profitable, because you are putting the ad spend and moving people into it. All right, the next is pay-per-click ads. So with pay-per-click ads, you are going to be running ads through Google. You could go into their ad manager. The great thing about it is you could kind of control how much you're spending each day, and you can watch those numbers. You can turn them up or down based on performance, but it is a great way to be able to get people finding you through Google and get your, appointments schedule, people calling in, get people clicking on your landing page. Do make sure that wherever you're driving those pay-per-clicks to, that you have some way to capture the leads so you can be proactive in following up with them. Next is Facebook ads. Facebook ads, I think, can be a great component to almost anything that you're doing marketing-wise. I will say, if you're going to do Facebook ads, and I know I'm kind of jumping into my third section, but if you're going to do Facebook ads, you should learn enough about them so that you understand, because I've seen too many clients pay a lot of money to a Facebook ads agency and not even understand that the campaign's not going well, because the Facebook ad agency makes it sound like it's amazing. Oh, you're getting 25 cents per click. And they're like, that's good, right? Yeah, that's great. But months and months and months go by and you have no clients. So apparently it's not great if you're spending all that money and you're not getting clients. So you need to learn enough about it to be able to know whether you're running the ads yourself or you're just managing the team, to know if it's going well. Social media marketing is a word that I would love to remove from our language lexicon, because I think it's a little too broad. And what I find is when people say I'm doing social media, when I ask, what are you doing to market your business? They'll say, oh, I'm doing social media. Usually what they mean is they're just posting content on a personal page and they're inviting people to come to their stuff. There's so much under social media. Are you doing groups and building community? Are you doing paid ads? I don't recommend that you just boost posts. It's kind of a waste. It rarely turns into clients. Are you doing messenger marketing and you're doing something like ManyChat going into their chat inboxes? Are you doing a content strategy that, like we talked about earlier? So are you building engagement? Like there's a lot that can go under that. And so I recommend that when you feel tempted to say, I'm doing social media, that you make yourself think a little bit deeper and figure out, what am I actually doing? What's my actual strategy to use social media to convert clients? Because it's an amazing tool. I mean, never before have we had so much free visibility and been able to really connect with people on a global sphere for our businesses for such a low cost. It's an awesome tool for business. We just need to be real specific in how we use it. Next is email marketing. So email marketing is where you are building your list and then you are sending out email campaigns to engage with your potential clients and to help nurture them so that they're ready to have a sales conversation. Things to know about email marketing: the open rates have gone down in the last few years. However, it is the only list that you own. I don't own my YouTube subscribers. If I decide to leave the platform today, I don't get to take you with me. I don't own my Facebook followers or my 10,000 plus connections on LinkedIn, or I just don't own anyone else except for my email list. And for that reason alone, I think everyone should be building an email list, because that allows you to have some control over your business and making decisions of where you're going to move, as platforms do change over time. Whew, that's a lot. So there really is a lot that falls under digital marketing, and I actually didn't even cover all the ones I had originally planned to, because this video is getting long. But let's talk about how to avoid getting swindled, because I think this is one of the most important things. So first of all, when somebody reaches out and they say, I am a digital marketing specialist, now you know enough to ask, what do you specialize in? Because digital marketing is a very broad umbrella and you don't know what they're doing. Maybe they really do SEO, and after listening to this, SEO is not a fit for your business. That's not the right digital marketing strategist for you. Maybe they do Facebook ads, but they only focus on cost per click. They don't focus on cost per conversion or making sure that they're tracking to see that you are converting. I've met a lot of those people and working with my clients and realized ooh, that's kind of dangerous. You need to make sure that you can track all the way through to see if the ads are working. So you've got to understand there is an ignorance tax. If you truly don't understand digital marketing, you're going to be risking a lot to hire somebody else. You don't have to know how to do it all, but you should learn enough about it that you know what the reports mean when they send them to you, that you can understand when they tell you what they do, if it's what you need. And you also want to be able to be a good partner with them to help them be successful. So there is a certain amount that you should look into and learn and educate yourselves in order to make sure that it's working for you before you go out and start spending the big bucks and just writing that check every single month and hoping that it comes back. You need to be a little bit more educated so that you can save yourself some painful, expensive mistakes in that area. All right, my friends, I hope that this has been helpful. If you would like a marketing tool, I would love to offer you our sales and marketing scorecard. It's an assessment that's going to really look at your whole sales and marketing plan and see where your holes are. Again, before you start spending a lot of money with somebody else, you should know where those sales and marketing holes are so that you're very clear on what you need to plug. So it's free, it's a resource for you. The link is in the comments, and I hope that you'll take me up on that and figure out where your business lands. I'll also send you an 8-page improvement plan based on which level you rank in, telling you exactly what you need to do to get your sales and marketing on track. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you join us in the Facebook community. Acquire, it's a great place to ask questions, connect with other entrepreneurs. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you. Hit the like button, and we cannot wait to see you back again soon. Thanks so much.